Hey guys, so today I'll be replacing this tweeter. This is my 2002 WRX. This one's the passenger side. So this one's blown or it's crackling. It's making my audio sound horrible. So I went out to a local junkyard and I found these tweeters on a B9 Tribeca. They're almost identical. However, the only differences I found were these screws in the back are actually different screws. They're different depths and they are a different size overall. So in order to replace these, it's really simple. These ones actually come in a different bracket designed for the B9. All you have to do is remove that. It just involves moving the wire around inside of the case and sliding it out of the plastic. And then of course, after you get the door card off and all the trim pieces, you just have to remove this one. Really simple, just two Phillips head screws. And this is the bracket you will be swapping onto the new tweeter. Once those screws are removed, all you have to do is unplug the clip from the door. There's your old tweeter. So part of this process is swapping this over so that you use your bracket again on the new tweeter. You just have to remove this rear screw, another Phillips head, and once that's out, just take a flathead, bend this tab up so that you can move the wire up and out of the way. You can pop this bracket off just by forcibly removing it from the back of the tweeter. Of course, due to camera magic, this comes off a lot easier than it normally does. One thing to be mindful of is this tab's position. It sits in the corner here of the plastic on the tweeter. You'll see on each bracket for the doors, they are stamped. This is stamped right hand, and then the other side has LH. So somewhere along the line when they changed the way that they install these tweeters, the male and female connectors were swapped out and switched. So one thing you do actually have to do with this is cut off this connector, and that will be wired to the new tweeter. On the new tweeter, you're going to have to remove the newer style connector. It comes down to however you want to do it. I would prefer butt splices, but currently I don't have any, so I'm just twisting wires together. And while I haven't looked at ProDemand or any of the websites that would tell me, I hope logic leads me in the right direction with saying that blue still goes with blue and the gray still goes with gray, despite them having different secondaries. And now I will be taping these to make sure they don't arc out to each other or anything. However, when you get anything from a junkyard, it's always good to make sure that it works. Easy method for this would be to just plug the clip back into the car, make sure that your wires stay separated from one another, and you can just turn on some music. And so obviously I can't play copyrighted music on YouTube, however this does work, so I will be completing the installation. And now of course with that all taped up, you have to begin mounting this to the old bracket, and that begins with removing the screw from the back of the speaker as mentioned earlier. And as you can see, the one on the left is the one from the Tribeca's tweeter, and the one on the right is the one from the 02 WRX. The one from the WRX is much thicker, and it's actually shorter, so you will need to use the one that came with the Tribeca, so it fits into the back of that speaker. Given the added length that is required in order to install this in the Tribeca with the plastic bracket that it originally came on, you do actually need to use some form of a spacer. I would typically use washers, however I did not have any at my disposal, so these are just bread clips with holes in them. They will do more than enough just to space this out off the back of the tweeter. And so you want to take your bracket and you want to mount it so that this tab is in the corner of the tweeter. This is magnetic, so it will hold itself, and then you just need to take your however you spaced it screw and begin to install that into the back to hold the bracket in firm. Just to keep things clean looking, I'm going to reuse this little tab they put here to hold your wires in place. Snug will do, it doesn't have to bite into the wire or anything, and now you are left with your new tweeter and your old bracket. Now of course this is all a very simple process and shouldn't take you any more than a couple of minutes. I hope I help somebody out there in understanding exactly how to get a new tweeter in, and even with the compatibility of the Tribeca back to the Impreza. I'm sure other models probably use the exact same tweeters in their models that aren't base. So just search around there if you're looking for a tweeter and you don't want to go for one of those more expensive aftermarket options. Size and compatibility will change based on which brand you go with, and they may not always fit the bracket that it came on. So last step here is plugging in your connector, and now you are done. And that's it. So if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments. I'll answer them whenever I do see them pop up, or if I have the time to do so. So that's it.